Well, we're going to about how to order materials. So recently we've had a couple um, issues with getting all our materials in the first shot. So I've made a checklist, and this is what we're going to use to make sure everything happens right. I'm going to go over that. First off, refer to the schedule projection sheet, which you can find under the expenses and projection sheet for your specific job. Go online and figure out what the lumber spot price is. You type it in, you'll figure out what it is, and send it to the person that you answer to, whoever you answer to. So then you're going to go to the materials order checklist, and you're going to enter in the finished square footage in cell H2 right there. All right, whenever you enter that in, you should see. I'll show you. See all those numbers change right there, right there. These are estimates. It gets us a rough order very quickly, even for somebody with very little experience. Each time we build a house, we improve the accuracy of these. All right, for your garage door, you have to go. You got to go 4 feet extra. So if it's a 16-foot rough opening for the garage door, you got to go 2 feet on each side, which is a total of 4 feet. The how thick those LVLs are going to be. It's going to be, discuss that with your manager. Refer to the residential building code, and also talk with the framer to see what he wants to put in there. So we can figure out it's going to be somewhere between 16 inches and 24 inches most of the time. Um, Next, you're going to go on and you're going to look for any spots on the plans that are over 18 feet. So an example of that is we have this sheet here. We had to put an LVL board from here to there and then kind of go left to right there, and then do the same over here because from here to there was way too far. And same here in this garage. You can see that is this is roughly 30 feet. So we're going to put an LVL there and then same go that way. There's also, like, if you're gonna have a two-story house, like you're gonna have flooring, uh, you gotta look and see, make sure your weights are appropriate. And the builder's code is where we reference that. It's chapter like 800, like 802 in the residential builder's code. All right, once you've done that and you've sent that over to get it reviewed, you're gonna enter in your LVL quantities. LVL, you can look up what that means. I forgot. It's got me talking too fast here. We also have laminated beams, and those are different. Now you can see the thicknesses are different. And these LVLs, we just put two of them together, so it's always two of those for any span. So if you've got a 16-foot garage, looks like you would do a 20-foot, and you would enter two right there. Of course, whenever we enter these quantities in, we always want to put like equals two. And then if we need more, we put like +2. And that way everybody can easily check and see where we're at. If say we have two orders go there, we want to make sure that it shows 50 we're on the first order, and then another 65 we're in the second order. Next, we need to figure out how many posts we're going to have. Let's get that up. So for this house right here, our post 1, 2, and 1, 2, and then you can talk with your guy if you're going to put one there, one there. We chose not to, but those need 8x8 pressure treated posts. They also need a Simpson's plate to get it attached to concrete. 8x8 Simpson's plate. So make sure you add that in as well, because you're going to be tying the bottom into concrete and we need it in there solid. Okay, then we're going to figure out how tall the attic is going to be and make sure we get the appropriate ladder. It's going to be somewhere between 10 feet and 12 feet typically. Taller than that, we'll probably go a different route on how we're getting to the attic. Might go to a different entrance somewhere in the house where the roof isn't quite as the ceiling's not quite as tall. Hand your framer a paper sheet. So you're going to take this and you're just simply going to go boom, boom, copy it, paste it, create a sheet, send it to the uh, print it and send it to the guy. If you absolutely don't have the time to do it, at least do that, print it off and send it to the framer so he can look at it and then review it, enter in any quantities, anything that he forgot. That way, we're reducing the number of trips, the number of delays we have waiting for materials. All right, so update that. If it's less than 200 bucks, just do it. I don't even need to hear about it. If it's more than that, I want to hear about it and hear what changed if the framer asks for more stuff. You also want to make sure that you told the framer that, we're going to do brick around it or we're going to do siding. If you're going to do brick around it, it needs to have a brick freeze at the top. And we need to make sure that that we have the right amount of wood. Also, if you're doing a crawl space, these dimensions are meant for a slab, concrete slab with no wood floor. If we're doing a crawl space, you are going to have quite a bit more wood on the order. All right. Once we get the list all finalized and everything, copy, paste it, send it in the email to the supplier, get the invoice back, figure out how much it's going to cost, report it to the manager, report it to me, and let us know about how much that's going to do. Once you get approval, enter it on the expense sheet and upload a digital copy like the PDF so we can print it off very easily. And that's what we're going to use to, you know, future jobs. That's how we estimate materials. Enter in the delivery notes, get it as close to the house as you can, evenly spread around. We don't want our guys having to carry plywood around when we had a forklift there that could have done it. Once you see on the security cameras or you're told that the material's there, go out there and, put like a big bundle of 2x12 by 16 foot. Take a big fat Sharpie, write 2x12 by 16, snap a picture, get a whole bunch of pictures, lots of different angles, so you can quickly count and see how many you got. You'll also have that invoice printed off and you'll be checking off what's on there. You'll also go right here and enter in what the price was, what the actual price was, today's price. You'll enter that there, and that's how we'll know um, how much wood is costing right now. That stuff changes once a week. We want all of our materials, if it's over 85 degrees, we want to put a tarp over it. Start with the most expensive materials, and wood always needs to be laid flat, not on a hill, out of direct sunlight, tied tight in a bundle so it can't bend, and shielded from groundwater, shielded from rain, shielded from the neighbor's water sprinkler. We want that board to be very dry, flat, and good. Smaller items such as the nails that cost like 600 bucks, big old box of them. If they're not going to be out there in the next like 2 days, or you're in less than ideal neighborhood, but go out there, put that in your car. When the framer shows up, bring them out there. And that's just for the smaller stuff. Like they usually bring one pallet, wrap it in, saran wrap. You can just cut it, take it with you if needed. But we don't want to buy that stuff more than once. Once you've got all your pictures taken, you go to a comfortable spot like your house, and you can sit down in the air condition or in the heat, and you can figure out that what was delivered. Whatever didn't get delivered, we need to have all that done in writing, summed up within 48 hours after the delivery. We don't need any hiccups there. So get with the supplier, what they brought, what they didn't bring, and what they brought the wrong stuff in. They will pull some fast ones on you. So make sure that we have everything we need on that job site. Just recently, we had, we're doing rough end stuff and we got finished nails get delivered. We have no use for them and they cost $53. And, you know, if you don't waste the money. On the spreadsheet, enter the current prices. Once the framing is complete, like after the house is built, go back out there, take pictures again, and tally up what all we need to return, call the supplier, and have them come pick the stuff up. Once it's been refunded, enter in a minus on the expense sheet, like minus 2,200 bucks for for returns. And that way, because we need it to show up just like the credit card transaction does, so we can identify, the accounting department can identify what happened. Repeat these steps if you have to make a second order. Communicate daily with the framer to see if he's going to need anything else. A lot of times there's 1, 2, 3 days in between this. Sometimes it's a week. If you're really busy, sometimes it's 4 weeks. If anything is reported missing, framer says they didn't find it there. Like, we ordered 5 sets of 5,000 staples, so we ordered 25,000 staples, and nobody knows where they're at. And so the framer had to go to Home Depot and buy the most expensive staples when we put it on an order for it to be there, and we're charged for it. All right. Of course, you'll be the one who signs this off, and once you sign it off, upload it to Company Cam, and that's it. That's a wrap on how to do our materials.